Whatever tips we discussed about last time, did you put it to test? 2 of them have got placed for Informatica, almost 14 LPA package. Crazy to see that not even one of you have a big dream in terms of package. What is the reason? Why not?
Sir, when I was in something like May and June, I was like, no, we should crack something like 10 LPA.
They have so much money that they are like, okay boss, I will pay you to learn. For free you don't learn. Nowadays, new companies like Zepto, Zomato, Swiggy, Paytm have come, which is building for India. It's called ID. ID full form only is Idli Dosa. Okay, it's a 4,000 crore company. The harder you work, the more you grow. Hi guys, and welcome to episode 3 of TAP Talks, where this is just a simple effort to mentor the students of TAP Academy and move towards the one common goal which all of us share, which is your placement, right? So I think in the last class, we were not really a class, but a discussion. We were talking about how to answer, right? Yes. And after that, I think mock interviews have been taken for each of you.
Yes, sir.
Now, how many mocks?
3, sir.
3 mocks you attended. All of you attended three mocks?
Yes,
so I will be definitely taking a mock of yours after you finish OOPS. So that is the thing that I'm keeping. So once interfaces as a concept gets over, I think there'll be enough knowledge or enough sufficient concepts for me to ask. That'll be like a proper mock. I'll invite you one at a time and we'll have a mock and we will explore that later. Okay? Yeah. So today, so tell me honestly, whatever tips we discussed about last time, did you put it to test?
Yes, sir.
Is it helping, not helping? Why I'm asking this is, I am giving whatever advice I feel is best for me. I may be right, I may be wrong. You are going back home and trying to implement it. Is it adding value to your life? Is it changing? That is what I wanted to know. So, Zakawala, aapse shuru kare. How is it?
Totally. When we are using this type of pattern, then improve in answering. When I need to take a mock interview, then give a proper answer. Say that as compared to previous.
Okay, it's better. So improvement is there. Okay. Sorry, what's your name? Kishore, right? Yeah. Kishore, what about you?
Sir, same for me also. Sir, actually, sometimes I stammer saying answers.
Okay.
So while following this approach, I feel like it's first problem statement, then your definition, then syntax now, sir.
Correct.
So when I'm trying like that, and I feel like that, so it's more easy for me to learn the definition will be so perfect for me to learn.
So it's easier to communicate.
Yes, sir, easy to communicate and regarding the depth.
Awesome. Manor?
Sir, when I try to learn only the definition of the particular object, I am unable to I'm able to remember that object. So when I go in for the concept, to learn concept after taking the definition, it's easy to understand the definition, sir. It is better to compare it to that preparation to this preparation.
Got it. Awesome. And Deepti?
So it is easy to
yours is on, yeah.
It is easy to remember and we can know where the problem is, we can find and we can simplify the things, like we can remember it for a long time.
Understood. Great. That's
By
great.
taking real-time examples, we can remember the concept for a longer time.
Awesome. So it's working out.
Yes, sir.
So I hope all of you are preparing this way. And preparation is a continuous thing. You'll not see even if you go to the gym in 1 month, only you will feel like your body is changing. World will say you look the same only. Understood? It's only after 6 months, 1 year that suddenly people will be like, hey, who are you? What happened? Understood? So transformation takes time. So make sure you are consistent with your preparation. Okay. Now one more thing. Today what I wanted to discuss was, today just before you guys came, 3 students who are placed were just talking to me. Okay. And every time somebody gets placed, they come and talk to me. These 3 people, 2 of them have got placed for Informatica, almost 14 LPA package. Okay. And another girl, Lokeshwari, has got placed into Tech Mahindra, 3.5 lakhs. Okay. So I just recorded one small video with them that they will be playing it here for those who are watching. Don't worry. I'm just showing it to you guys. Hi guys. Today I'm really happy to say that Three of our TAP Academy students have recently got placed, and I just want to quickly make them introduce themselves, their role, company, and package. Yes.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is P. Lokeshwari, and I have got placed in Tech Mahindra with 3.25 LPA as a associate software engineer.
Amazing.
So,
Yeah, good morning everyone. My name is CR Ganesh and I got placed in Informatica Solutions as a content developer role as an internship, and I have got a package of 13.2 LPA.
Amazing.
Hello guys, I'm Sanjay. I got selected in a company called Informatica as a software developer with a package of 13.2 LPA.
Awesome. So the happiest moment for me as a teacher is to see my students get placed, and I hope you guys are next. Okay, keep working hard, all of you, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye. Okay, so two people, 13.2 LPA, Informatica, and one person, 3.25 lakhs, Tech Mahindra. So one is a product-based company, one is a service-based company. Okay. So one thing that immediately came to my mind is when I was just asking them their experience, what was asked in the interview, etc. There is a clear difference in the interviews itself, in the questions being asked in the interview itself. So I feel it's very important for any student who's preparing to know the exact difference between companies and to internally set a goal for themselves if they have a package expectation in mind. Okay, now I'll give more clarity on what I'm asking, but I'll just start. Zakovala, what is your package dream that you have?
Right now, sir, I cannot be decide
Okay.
what package I.
Okay.
So I cannot decide.
So you don't have anything. So any package, I'll put that on your head. Okay. What about you?
Sir, actually, sir, I need some basic package like 4.5.
4.5. That is your expectation. If you get 4.5, you'll be happy.
Yes.
Okay. Manor?
So firstly, I focus on my experience and gaining experience.
Okay. Ideal answer you leave. This is not an interview. Tell me what is your package expectation.
Actually, nothing with my expectations, sir. First, I get
No expectation. Zero. So free also you'll work.
minimum package.
Don't go to some interview and say like this, I have no expectation. Then they'll be like, work for free.
3.5.
3.5. Deepthi?
So not yet decided, sir, but maybe 4 to 5.
4 to 5 lakhs. Okay. So it's crazy to see that not even one of you have a big dream in terms of package. What is the reason? Why not?
So at starting, the package will be low money.
Oh,
Right
so
now starting package is 4 to 5.
so Deepthi is saying first she'll crack a drive. Once she gets 4.5, then she will set the expectation. That is a wrong way of doing it. Okay.
So when I was
yeah.
something like May and June, I was like, no, we should crack something like 10 LP.
Okay, very good. The dream was there. The dream was there. 10 LPA. That is what I want to know. So somewhere in your mind you had a dream when you began 10 LPA. Then reality came. That is different. But initially, what was the dream? 10 lakhs per annum. Similarly, आपका dream क्या था?
No, sir.
Dream ही नहीं था. आप dream करते ही नहीं. Amazing. Manor?
Sir, my dream.
हाँ.
First of all, my dream is to learn DSA and build application.
How is learning DSA a dream, man? You are some next level person.
Above 15 lakhs.
Above 15. That was a dream. Awesome. Keep it as it is. What about you, Dite?
Similar for me, sir, 15.
Above 15 was a dream. Awesome. Okay, great. Now, what I'll do is whatever I'm writing here, you guys can also see. Okay. Let's just make 3 divisions. Okay. This is the first one. This is my second and third. Let's assume these are the 3 types of companies. Okay. The first type of company, I would say, starting from 2.4 LPA all the way till, let us maximum keep it as 5 LPA. The second category of company, I would say from 6 all the way till 12 LPA. The third category, let us keep it as 12 plus. Okay, lakhs per annum, 12, 15, 24, whatever. Now, there is a distinct difference in the expectation in each of these companies. Okay. Now, what I would like to say is, it is not always that this will be the categorization. That is not what I'm saying. Sometimes a company's expectations may be very high, but package may be less. They could be a startup who can't afford a lot of money, but they still want a fellow who knows everything. So, but generally, broadly, if you take every 100 companies, at least 70 to 80 companies will correctly fit into these three categories. Okay. Now, the first category of companies that is offering 2.4 to 5 lakhs per annum. Okay. Let's look at how their interview is, what they ask. For example, let's take Lokeshwari, Tech Mahindra. What was asked? So, aptitude, verbal, reasoning, let's leave all of that. That is the most common thing. I don't think I need to give any insight about having aptitude around, etc. Let's come to technical and programming. In programming, look at the kind of question which was asked. The first question which was asked was reverse a string. Okay. Then one question was asked, palindrome. Okay. Then one question was asked, some substring. Then basic object orientation. Oops. Basic. What is encapsulation? Definition type questions. Understood? Yes. And then ultimately, she got a package of 3.25. Okay. 6. Now, the question is, why is the question so basic? Because you only think logically and tell me, in today's world, if you know how to reverse a string, how to find a substring, you know the definition of oops, you can write one basic program. You think in the IT industry, you'll go to the job and you'll be able to do some great coding?
Yes.
No, right?
Yes.
Isn't this the fact? What, by reversing a string, you will go into coding? One application, one line, you can't develop. But why is it that a huge category of companies which is following in this range is asking such basic questions that a student has to know? The reason is because these companies provide training. This is what people don't understand. After selection, first 3 months, sometimes 4 months, they will train you. Understood? Because these companies are such large companies, they have so much money that they are like, okay boss, I will pay you to learn. For free you don't learn, but still training only. Understood? Yes. So once you join there, in 3 months or sometimes 2 months or 1 month, depending on the company, they will make you learn complete web development. Sometimes automation testing, sometimes cyber security, sometimes networking, sometimes data warehouse management, sometimes cloud. Depends on what projects they have. So what they're essentially doing now is they're just checking, do you have the ability to learn? Now let us assume I am teaching how to write an essay. This is an English essay class. Tell me, to first attend my essay writing class, what should you know? What is the basic expectation? Pattern. English. If you don't know ABCD, if you don't know grammar, if you don't know full stop, comma, exclamation, can you write an essay?
No, sir.
Similarly, they are just checking if basic is clear. What is basic? One programming language, syntax, features in the programming language, and basic logical thinking ability. That's all. That is what they're checking in aptitude. That is what they're checking in logical. That is what they're checking in that swirl round. You know, that what is that? Communication. The computer will say something, you should repeat.
Yes, sir.
Understood. So if they feel like, hey, if this fellow is trained, he can learn sufficient, they'll take you inside. Understood what I'm trying to say? And 9 out of 10 times, these are service-based companies, service companies. Why service companies hire in bulk is because, if you didn't know, take Infosys, take Tech Mahindra, take Capgemini, take Cognizant, take TCS, anyone. 90% of their revenue, money, and they're earning in billions. In that 90% doesn't come from India. All the money TCS, Infosys makes comes from abroad. So what happens is, they have salespeople who will go and meet companies abroad and say, hey, you're a bank, I'll create banking software for you. Hey, you're like, say, you have multiple retail, you're a clothing shop, I'll create a point of sale software for you where inventory you can enter, payment. Like that, for companies, both large, medium and small, they develop softwares because these companies are not tech companies. They don't have internal tech teams. And How they make money is by billing. You have to bill them.
Yes.
And what they do is they charge more, showing that more people are working on this project. For example, for your project, I'm deploying 200 engineers. In that, 3 architects, 5 senior guys, 20 junior guys, 30 freshers, like that. Understood?
Yes.
That is when you go to YouTube, you'll find so many videos switching from service-based to product-based. Package went from 5 LPA to 35 LPA. Haven't you seen all these videos? I'm sure you would have seen.
Yes.
This is what happens. So, to get a job, it's good. But from a core career point of view, it is not a very good decision. That is why people who get placed in college in Infosys, TCS, if they feel very proud of it, I feel bad. I don't want to break their bubble and say that, hey, no. I'm like, congratulations, but why don't you try more? But there are such companies also which are not like as big as TCS, etc., but are still service-based companies which will still pay you the same package, which will 100% give you training also. But after training, you will have work to do. You can't sit on any bench. They don't have time or money to make you sit on the bench. Good news is, for example, in TAP Academy, Infosys doesn't come to recruit. TCS doesn't come to recruit. They've all nationalized their recruitment, right? NQT exam, that, this, etc. TCS will select only few engineering colleges, go there, something like that. But the companies which come to TAP Academy are such companies which are service-based also, but are not so large that if you get placed in them, you will get training also, plus you will have work also. So it is not all bad. Understood?
Yes.
So this is the thing. That is why in class I always tell, boss, you just want a job. Like you said, I just want a job. That is what all 3 of you said. Because I know right now, demotivation levels would have hit such a thing. Confidence would have literally got crushed. That you're like, this fellow is asking dream package. I just want a job. That is where the answer is coming from. Correct? That's why in class we always tell, you want a job. 5 concepts. A job means I'm talking about always this criteria.
Yes, sir.
That is why I say, one core Java you learn, boss. Core Java means what? Fundamentals. Data types, loops, arrays, strings, object orientation, collections, fundamental. Okay? SQL. How to write one query. For example, one question in Tech Mahindra that was asked to her. This is the salary or employee table. Find the employee with the second highest salary. Common standard question. Correct or not?
Yes.
Then that's it. Then programming. Substring, subarray, array traversal, array manipulation, string this. Basics you learn. I am sure you will get placed. And in India, 80% of all IT companies, fortunately or unfortunately, fall in this criteria only. That is what people don't understand. Reason is because in India, IT is so big. But you must understand, India's IT industry is to build software for other countries. Nowadays, new companies like Zepto, Zomato, Swiggy, Paytm have come, which is building for India. But 90% of the IT industry in India is building for abroad. Taking money from there, building for them. Because in Europe, if you hire a developer, you should pay in euros. In India, if you outsource your work, you have to pay in rupees. That's it. Understood? So we are cheap labor. That is why 90% of the companies fall in this criteria. And you will see, that is only the package ranges you will see most of the time. 3, 3.5, 4, 5. Now do you understand why?
Yes.
Students don't think. Because nobody speaks about this, no? There's like company package. That's all. Which company also you don't see. Correct or not? Anyways, no problem. Now let's come to the second criteria. Now the second criteria of companies, I would in fact put TAP Academy into that. I'll tell you why. Let us assume I hired you in the dev team of TAP Academy. I don't have time. I really don't have time to babysit you. I don't have time to train you. I will mentor you. I will guide you if you're stuck. But I cannot hire a fellow, pay him money, and for 3 months just make you learn. I don't have. Because we are a small company. But we are building such big products. Correct?
Yes.
The entire Thai platform you're using, we built it in that room only. Correct or not? And I have to teach also, I have to run the company also, and I have to guide in development also. Which means I can either guide or I can train. Both I can't do. So I will need such people who from day one can start contributing to my code base, can start writing features for my software, can either at least maintain the software, at least fix my bugs. Understood?
Yes.
Which means now the base expectation has changed. What is the base expectation now? Not one programming language, not syntax, not basic logic. Now the expectation is development. You should be able to develop. And what is development? 90% of what you call as development is web development. What is web development? Was I created my Thai platform's code. There is a test case execution engine. There is a LMS feature. There is a Ask Thai feature. There is a test feature. All these are features. I've written code and I've stored it inside a server. Yes? Then you guys access that server via your browser in the computer, correct? Which is only a web application, which is only web development. 90% of the softwares you're using are all web applications only. Which means now the base expectation becomes web development. Can you develop? Then comes the question, okay, let's write it here. The base expectation now becomes development. Now the question is, have you developed? Yes.
Sir, in that package, can fresher can.
These are all fresher requirements only. I'm not talking
Sir,
about any.
you're saying that code, everything now, sir.
Yes.
Sometimes it requires some experience now, sir.
No.
Is it not required, sir?
Not required. For example, Sanjay who got placed into Informatica. Ganesh, Sanjay, two people got placed. Ganesh's interview round and Sanjay's interview rounds were very different. For example, in Ganesh's interview round, they asked him OOPS, they asked him collections, they asked him DSA, they asked him SQL, okay? They asked him many logical questions as well. In Sanjay's case, it was very different. It was only one technical round. This guy had two technical rounds. He had only one technical round. In his technical round, they didn't ask any such questions because Sanjay was part of a paid internship at App Academy. I had selected few students who worked for us in our development team for 3 months. Sanjay was one of them. And that website of Tap Academy that you see now, it has got modified and upgraded. Those people only developed it. So all he had to do was, yes, I worked on a real-time project. I've made this website and have deployed it. He just went www.appacademy.com, showed him. Then this guy, how did you build this? How did you build this? What did you use here? The entire interview was based on his project. This nonsense called as experience. See, this is like what came first, chicken or egg. Okay? Without getting a job, you can't get experience. Without experience, you cannot get a job. This and all is nonsense. Understand what I'm trying to say? HRs also know that. Of course, you would have also seen memes like this. Right? You need experience. I know I'm aware of all of that, but when we bring drives to you, that is advantage, no? So what I'm trying to say is, you should have built projects. If you build projects, then the interview shifts from DSA, coding, technical questions to, hey, you built this, how? That is the best way to select a person. By understanding whether they have built something. Because who's a developer? Somebody was to build. But you know the tragedy? 7 out of 10 Tap Academy students have not even built a single project. Because they have not even attended the project class. They have not even attended. By the time the course reaches completion, and here the thing is, yes, to build a project. Now, for example, to reverse a string, or let us assume you want to write one DSA program. In arrays, there is an algorithm called a sliding window algorithm. This is a DSA question. If you go to my DSA playlist on your LMS, you can find so many Google and all have solved questions there. Now, to understand that question or to solve it, what do you need to know? You need to know Java. You need to know main method. You need to know object. You need to know data type. You need to know method. You need to know loops. You need to know if else. Over. Even to solve that Google DSA question also, if you know arrays, loops, data types, class, object, enough. Logic is, you have to write if else, many loops, everything you have to put. But ultimately combination of only these 4 concepts. But now let us assume you want to build an e-commerce clone. Just by knowing array is not possible. Correct?
Yes.
You need to now know HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Front end should be made. In the back end, you must not only know core Java, you must also know J2W. You must know how to spin up a server. You must know what is Tomcat. You must know what is a servlet. You must understand HTTP request, HTTP response. You must understand JSP. You must understand how to create your MySQL table and connect it to Java using JDBC. Understood? Now, can you learn all of this in 1 month? You can't. So by the time you learn all of this, it'll at least be 4 months, which means only after 4 months project development will start. By that time, half the people have lost motivation, half the people have given up, half the people have quit. Understood? That is why I tell people even in class, boss, if you want to beat your competition, just be consistent. You come every day. Half of them will stop coming. You will win. I'm not even kidding. It's such a simple strategy. You don't have to do some black magic on people. Understood what I'm saying? You come every day to class. You just keep studying. You keep working. Because 50% of the human beings will anyways quit. Anyways, they'll quit. Understood what I'm trying to say? Web development is required. Now, sir, 4 months I need to work. Wait to be able to develop something. Can I not make it faster? Today you can. Can you guess and tell me how?
Recorded with us.
No. Yeah, agreed. You can see some project class and do. But think like this. You don't know right now. You know that Java program should connect to database, should fetch a row, should send it to HTML, CSS and display. This is what logically is happening. But you don't know syntax. You don't know syntax of JDBC. You don't know syntax of servlet. You don't know syntax of a driver. That's all, no? Syntax you don't know. Now, without knowing syntax, just logically, how can you build?
Using ChatGPT.
100% answer is AI. Today, if there is a fellow who says, I am not building because I don't know syntax, gone, lost the race. Recently, I had done one live class. I don't know if you were there. I had installed that new AI editor called as Cursor. I showed you how using English, you can literally create the entire application. Correct? Which means only a fool today will wait to learn everything and then build. Today, a smart person will first build and then learn. That is what I'm trying to put into everybody's mind. Am I clear? So this developing, building projects is no longer a problem. 1 year before also I told you have to wait for 4 months. Today nothing learned. Am I clear? By the time you reach 4 months, you would have learned syntax. But along with it, you could have made 3 full end-to-end projects, which you could have put in your resume. Then you have that edge in the interview, which others don't have, which is, think about it, you made a project. Versus you didn't make a project. If you made a project, you are deciding the questions of the interview. Common sense. Because now it is only related to your project. So if you know the project inside out, there is 9 out of 10 chance you will clear the interview. Versus a fellow without project just went and sat. Now it is up, he's leaving it up to the imagination of the interviewer to ask whatever they want. Correct or not?
Yes.
This is the thing. Understood? I think in cricket, see, I don't watch a lot of cricket, so please forgive me if I'm wrong. There's this concept, no? What is that? Power play, yeah? What is that?
6 hour play.
Where for few, I think, overs, the fielders have to come inside that round and only 2 people can be outside. Don't you think it is in that overs that the batsman can score most? Because he's reduced the variables. He knows if I can just get the ball outside that one's inner circle, 9 out of 10 times 6 or 4. Correct? Like that, by building a project, you are making that inner circle. You are restricting the questions which can be asked. You are taking control. The out of syllabus questions will reduce. Correct or not? It's common sense. So you have to build projects. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, they don't have time to train you. They want you to be good at development from day one. And of course, they will ask data structures and algorithms.
Projects, how many projects here?
It's not about how many. Right now, how many projects have you built?
One, sir.
Which one?
College final.
Don't call your final year project as project. Okay, we all know that is not a project. Okay, leave it. We will go in a different direction. Point I'm trying to say here is that you have to build. You have to visualize an idea. You have to bring it to life. Think about it. When Tap Academy started, there was an idea in the mind of a platform which my students can come and practice after class. It was in my head. Then it came to reality. Using what? Code. That is development. You have not experienced that at all, no, in your life. Of thinking of something and bringing it on the computer screen. Unless that happens, you're not a developer. What are you? You're just in the rat race. Everybody wants to go to IT, you are also there. That's all. Understood? So you have to start building. Why data structures and algorithms? Because DSA is a slightly more complicated way of checking logic. Speak to 9 out of 10 developers who got placed into big companies after clearing DSA round. They don't use DSA anywhere in their day-to-day development, nowhere. My development team, my architect also doesn't use DSA anywhere. Nobody is sitting and calculating time complexity, space complexity. Nobody is using any of these algorithms. Nobody is using divide and conquer, Dijkstra's, shortest path, nothing. They have some core use cases. But the thing is, DSA, if you want to crack, it requires effort. You have to go through all algorithms. You have to solve at least 100 questions. It builds logical thinking. That is why it is an easy way to filter out people. And DSA is less about skill, more about practice. How many people have that effort to sit for 4 months straight, every day practice 5-6 questions, and revise? Because you'll forget. Correct or not?
Yes.
So again, ultimately it comes down to the same thing. Who works harder gets placed. Who works hardest gets the highest package. That's all it is. So who's doing this is the question. So if you have not built projects, not worked on your DSA skills, do not have expectations of these packages. No, just don't even have it. Don't even think. This is how you internally filter. So if you're like, I want a 10 LPA job, immediately one checklist should come in your brain. Web development, DSA, project, practice. Understood? Minimum 8 to 10 hours of studies every day. These boxes are not getting checked. Don't even dream. Because it's a waste. It'll only be a dream. Understood? The last and final companies. These are companies which will now have all these things. Same. 100% they will have it. You should know development. You should know DSA. Understood? And here, one extra layer. There is something called as system design. Understood? High level design, low level design. For example, I want you to create Thai platform. How will you design it? There should be a design. There should be a database. There should be a server. There should be a load balancer. There should be caching. There should be sharding. You've not even heard of these words. Because till date, you've not sat and thought, a system which can be used by lakhs of users, how will the system take the load? And without crashing, how will it work? 10,000 users, 1 lakh users, 10 lakh users, 1 crore users, 10 crore users. Yes? So such companies will be like, can this person architect systems? Because such companies are able to pay you so much money because so many users are using their platform. Why does the Zomato play so high? Because how many orders in a day? Lakhs. I usually sometimes an order it shows today 1.7 lakh orders, 3.5 lakh orders it shows in Zomato. Just imagine so much of volume, so much of data. It should not crash. Correct?
Yes.
That's fair. I hope you're able to understand.
Yes.
So, this, I would say, right now is difficult because it's a matter of time. That's why engineering was 4 years, correct? So that slowly you study. Now you forget about it, doesn't matter. I feel you can target these two. The first two categories is realistic. Understood? The first category is easy. Trust me, it is easy. Yes? But easy things are not simple. Because again, to get this also you have to study. Here also 250 programming questions you should know.
Yes.
Not by heart. You should have understood it and you should be able to identify this is the question and solve it.
Yes.
You should be able to answer encapsulation, polymorphism, abstraction, interfaces, inheritance correctly with real-time example. Aptitude you should have. Communication you should have. Correct? That also where you are sitting in class now, look around you. How many people have all this? That is all it is. So I feel this is a very simple way for a student to understand whether they are capable or not capable. Yes? Ideally, what I would say is, for example, this student who was working with us, 3 months internship. What amount we were paying him for his internship, at least 3x more he's earning today. 3x growth. Understand what I'm trying to say? So, imagine you got a package 3 lakhs. Okay, you're able to learn. You're getting skill. That is what you're missing now. So think about it. Now you're paying rent for PG. You are paying rent for your money for your food, clothes, everything. Now you're working somewhere. Somebody is taking care of your accommodation and food. You should think like that. Somebody is taking care of my accommodation and food. I will sit, I will work, learn. 1 year of learning. Then your current into you can start multiplying. Into 2, into 3, into 4, into 5. Understood what I'm trying to say? But if you sit here today and you'll be like, I will get only this package, I'll get only that package. Time is ticking, no? That's all. So that is why in class we say, don't have any salary expectation, just get a job. Get a job, start working. This is the reason behind what we say. Okay, well, I hope you're able to understand.
Yes.
So that is why now I feel you have to now internally decide. If you want the first category of companies, other than class, it is minimum 4 to 5 hours effort per day, every day, consistently. If you want the second category, it is minimum 6 to 8 hours of effort after class, every single day. Yes? Your class itself is for, I would say, to come, attend, go, everything put together on 4 hours.
Yes.
Correct? Other than that, 4 to 5 hours every day means minimum 8 to 9 hours effort every day. A fellow who's putting can even dream of entering IT industry. Yes, a fellow who wants to work in great companies, who wants to work in product-based companies, who want to actually code, actually develop and build their skill. They should be minimum putting 10 to 12 hours of effort every single day. Because volume of learning has increased, no? Here HTML, CSS, JavaScript also should happen. Parallelly Java also should happen. Parallelly SQL should also happen. Parallelly revision also should happen. And the only thing you have with you today is your time. And that only you're not using. You don't have money, you don't have career, you don't have anything with you. Tell me as a student, what is the only thing which is yours? Your time. Your time is the only thing which is yours. You wake up in the morning till the time you go to sleep in the night. Not one person in this world is calling you and saying, do this, do that, give me this, give me that. Nobody is saying no. Right? Which means your entire day, full time is with you. It is for you to decide what you do with the time. But that decision is what will decide between getting placed or not getting placed, because you only know, you know yourself, you know your friends. Tell me, are people investing their time in the right direction?
Yes.
Do they have the focus required to every day study for 6, 8, 10 hours? Then why do you think everybody will have the same success in life. Never. Never it will happen. One person will exponentially grow, one person will remain average. And if you study why they're average, it will be because of how they utilize their time. Simple as that. Understood? So now you know how to filter out. What is the effort required? Accordingly, you must start studying. Understand what I'm saying? Minimum, now since you're getting mentored by me, I would say 10 hours to 11, 12, 10 to 12 hours, this range should be the minimum that you're investing, boss. Understood?
Yes.
And 10, 12 quality hours. And this may seem very philosophical or very, like you're watching some Instagram video, but if you want to be able to work for 10 hours, focused work, not like you're sitting in front of a computer, but your mind is, in some Pushpa 2 trailer is running in your head, that is not study. So how to focus? How to focus means now you have to think about sleep. You have to think about the food you eat. You have to think about how you're sitting. Yes, you have to think about your body. You have to think about your mind, because good mind, good body will only support you in your work. Understood? Go to PG, sit on the bed in some yoga pose like this, and how? Understood? Your ambience where you are sitting. Night, 3 o'clock in the morning, you will sleep by just staring at your phone. Staring at your phone, you slept. You will wake up fresh.
Nice.
Understood? Your screen time is 6.5 hours a day. But you want to get placed. You understand? Then you'll have to look at your life. See where and all unnecessarily time is going. Bring discipline into your life. Bring some exercise into your life. Exercise means immediately a gym, protein. No. Just are you 5 rounds jog? Yes, something, Wake up in the morning, sweat, become alert, study. Because all of us are human beings. And this is how you hack your system. You can't just wake up like that and suddenly be like, we'll study. It'll never happen. Never happen. But how many people are thinking like this? If you don't, life will go by. That's all. Understood? Some people will have that crazy motivation inside them because their life circumstance will not be supportive. Understood? Parents are in extremely bad financial condition. Have you heard of ID Foods? ID Foods, have you heard? No. If you go to some shop, you'll see this pre-mixed idli batter, pre-mixed dosa batter. You can just directly make dosa idli out of it. Okay? It's called ID. ID full form only is idli dosa. Okay? It's a 4,000 crore company. The founder of the company started in Wayanad. Okay? He was one ginger farmer's son. No money for 2 meals a day. Okay? Such a person today is the owner of a 4,000 crore company. Today just go, his name is Mustafa something. Okay? I just put his photo here. Okay? Just go, some podcasts, just listen. He's told about his struggle. He's told about his journey. You will see anybody who's achieved anything in life have worked extremely hard, boss. The harder you work, the more you grow. You don't want to work hard, there is no magic. Zero. Understood what I'm saying? So, point is, this is how it is. And this is the same case for everybody who's watching also. If you are not going to work hard, doesn't matter whether you are in TAP, you are not in TAP Academy. You joined some other institute, you are from IIT, you are from a Tier 3 college, Tier 2 college, doesn't matter where you're from. If you stop working hard, go. Okay? So this is primarily what I wanted to speak about today. So next mentoring session, we will discuss about few other things. But today I just wanted to say that you have to study, and I just gave you a roadmap as to what you must know. Now everyone knows, okay, web development means what and all to study. In class 100 times you have told. Programming, what and all to study. DSA, what and all to study. But now the ball is in your court. Will you study or will you not study? That's all. Okay. If you guys have any questions, I'll take it. Otherwise, we can call it a day. Tell me much. No? Deepthi? Cool. Awesome. So I think we are all on the same lines. Okay, so I hope all of you will go and start preparing this way. Okay, and suddenly you cannot wake up tomorrow and be like, I will really start studying 10 hours. Not possible. You can't go to the gym and suddenly work out for 2 hours. Then 5 days you'll be on the hospital bed. You have to build momentum. Today, whatever you can study, you study. Tomorrow, 15 minutes more you increase. Half an hour more you increase. Eventually, in 1 month, you'll hit that goal. But consistency. Okay? You do this, you will be in the 1%. Because 99% are not doing it. Though this is an open secret, correct? Still you have to do, no? That's where God. Okay? Fine. Great. Thank you. And thank you all of you for watching.